Alright, so I've never videoed myself making anything before. I thought that might be a cool thing to do. I'm gonna make a simple little fold-up card holder type thing. This is some red Pueblo leather from Italy. And these are going to be the pockets. And this is Herman Oak veg tan, made here in the US of A. It's probably some of the best natural veg tan in the world. Alright, so the layout's basically going to be like this. This is the inside of the leather. It's going to be a pocket here, a pocket here. Actually, I'm going to move this in a bit and cut that off. And then on the back, there's going to be another pocket. So there's going to be 3 pockets. So I've already cut the pieces out, so you missed the fun part. But I can cut these little, I don't know if you can see, I made little lines. Sometimes I just find something round and measure pieces out and make them even and just trace it with my little pokey thing here. It's called Scratch All. And now I'm gonna cut them out. Alright, it's just that easy. And then I'll come back and kind of like smooth out these little corners. And I'll cut off like the tiniest little bit. Alright, there's that. There's this part. And I like to use the grid marks on my thing. That's basically why I use it. Every two squares is 1 inch. Each square is a ½ inch. So what I can do is kind of line it up and put one of these here. I can take this little thing right here and kind of put on the edge, block that up on the corner, and it's basically perfectly lined up. This other one, I want it 1 inch apart, so I'll have to fudge this a little bit, but yeah, so there's that. I'm basically doing this so I can see how much I need to cut off over here, and it looks like I need to cut off about let's say 3/4 inch over here. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that, and it's exactly a 3/4 inch. I like to leave a little extra sometimes because you can always cut away and you can't add, of course. You know the old thing everyone says about every time you make something. So according to popular belief, it only takes 2 marks to make a straight line, but I found that it's a lot better to use 3, at least 3. Because if you have 2, you could be off this way or this way. If you have 3, you can basically make up the difference. So we're pretty good there. I always use every new project gets a new blade. And these are really sharp. I'm sure you know that. All right, so we got all parts cut out. I'm gonna start gluing them, and then we'll get into cutting, sanding, stitching, all that kind of stuff. I'll be back in a second. All right, the next thing on the docket is these edges are going to be the edges that are actually open and used. They're not going to be glued down, you get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand them and then bevel them and then burnish them. What I have here is like some 320 sandpaper, and leather has a grain structure inside of it. You can feel, if you run this way, you can feel that it's rough. If you run this way, it's smoother. What I like to do is run it the way that it's smoother. Instead of going back and forth, it just creates a smoother edge because it's already smooth. Get it? Good. Okay. So yeah, couple things there. I'm gonna go up to like a 500 grit. I really don't think you need to go any further finer of a grit than 500, especially on card pocket edges. I do on the finished edges, but that's another video. Okay, so it's looking pretty smooth. Then we'll take this little baby right here. It's an edge beveler. This is one of my most favorite things to do. You just push it right along the edge. So what happens whenever you sand it is it kind of mushrooms over. And this just kind of takes that off and makes it a nice clean edge. Do that on both sides. This Herman oak leather has a really tight grain structure, and it really lends to easily doing this. So yeah, have a nice edge there. Now what we'll do, take some of this tokenol stuff, this Japanese magic, well on your finger. Doesn't take much. Edge there. Kind of rub it in with your finger. Try not to get on the front. And then I'll take my neat little burnisher here. It's got it's a little piece of ebony wood, and it's got little grooves, and you can run this along. And you can see that it kind of shines up the edge and finishes it. You get in that little small groove. This is really satisfying, by the way. Okay. Then I'll take a tiny bit more, boop it on there a little bit. And then usually, I'll just use my shirt for now, but usually take a cloth and kind of, like rub it like that. Just kind of polishes it up a little bit. As you can see, the edge is nice and shiny. I think you can kind of see that maybe. Yeah, I'm going to do that with all of these pockets, all 3 of these pockets, and then we'll be back.